Super easy thing to do if you do want to take these out. It probably literally took 5 minutes or less. And there it is, finished. It was very super easy to do. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, consider subscribing. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel, upgrades to vehicles, racing, travel videos, things like that, hobbies and whatnot. So you might find something you're interested and want to stick around for and watch some other videos. In today's video, if you caught my last one, we did the electric V6 fan conversion to this truck, and everything's working great, but we've got to do a few other steps to it to really get the full advantage of it. So I'm going to pop out the active grill shutters in these. Now, your truck may not have them. You may have to, check and verify that before you get started with this, but this truck does. And so at cruising speeds and cruise control, and when the truck's not under load, they will shut to help with miles per gallon and other stuff and keep the air turbulence out. But what that does is it blocks the airflow going into the radiator and the cooling stack, and it causes the engine to heat up, and then the fans will kick in, and then it'll drop back down. Not a whole lot of reason to keep them on this truck, in my opinion. And like I said in my V6 fan conversion video, we hope to pro charge this down the road, and with the intercooler installed, you have to remove them anyway. We're going to do a trick where we leave the top one in and the bottom one in and take all the other ones out in between them. So the computer still sees it, the motor's still there, it's still doing what it thinks it's supposed to do. But that way maybe we won't throw any codes or check engine lights or whatever. I have seen on forums and other places where there's a guy or something on Facebook that sells this conversion kit that you can, some bolts and nuts and different things, and you can put them in here and get rid of it that way. But I'm not going to go that route right now. We'll wait down the road to see how this works out or if we need to do anything different. But let's take a quick look. So we've just got to do a few quick things here, and I think it'll come together pretty good. We just got to pop this little shroud cover off. There's a few, I think, 10mm bolts under here. I've had this grill off for several reasons, for several different things, so it comes off pretty easily, snaps right out. So we're going to pop that out and then take a quick look at these grill shutters to see just what you got to do to pop these slats out, and then go from there. So let's get this grill removed and the shroud and see what we're dealing with. I wanted to show you a top-down video from once we get this shroud removed from the top. I haven't taken the grill out just yet. If you look from inside, you can actually see, let me get the light a little better, you can see the motor down here in the middle, and you can see these slats from the inside here too. So we need to try to remove those and get these out, but I'm not sure if there's enough space to really reach down there in between and pull them out, which way you have to twist them and whatnot. So I think it's going to be a little cleaner and easier to still pop this grill out and be able to get it from the front. So let's take that out and see what we have. Well, we've got one out so far. It's got a little knob right here on the end that slides in the hole. One on this side. You can see that hole right here and right there. And then there's the little bracket. Let's see. There's a bracket that connects it all together. Let me get my hand out of the way. On the back side, you wiggle it, you can kind of see it moving a little bit. And it's got to snap out of that. So it's got this piece right here on the top edge that snaps into that bracket back there. Let's get the light. There you go. You can see the hole and everything back there. And so just pops right out. So now we got to get the rest of them out. And there it is, finished. It was very super easy to do, simple. What you need to do is they're all connected to these bars on the middle. That's the little bracket that opens and closes them. And so on the outsides, over here and over here, that's where they just hook in. So you can kind of just push down to bend them slightly, and they'll pop out of this free side over here. And then you can kind of push them back. It'll pop out of the middle, and then you can twist it out of that bracket hole that's back here in the back. And they'll just pop right out. So I left the top one in on both sides. bottom one in, both sides, and now we've got free-flowing air. This is just a little diverter from the grill. Free-flowing air right into our AC condenser and radiator stack and everything, and so that should help us stay a little bit more consistent. So these things will close at highway speeds and whatnot, and the engine gets hotter, and then the fans kick on and all that mess. And so now with those out of the way, we'll be getting some cool air through there all the time, as long as we're moving, of course. And then again, you know, I don't know the instructions yet on the Pro Charger, but supposedly you have to remove these anyway for the Pro Charger kit, but that'll be a good problem to have down the road if that happens. So, but here's a look at all of them removed on the back of the golf cart. So again, you've got this side that's on the outside that you can bend and pop out. Then there's the inside that you can pop out, and then that's the piece that goes in the bracket that turns and to open and close them all. So there they all are removed. Probably just clean this up a little bit while we've got it taken apart. Get some of that dust and dirt off of there and get it back together. And that's it. We're all back together. Cleaned up the top of the fan shroud a little bit just to shine it up and get some of that dust and dirt off of there. Grill's back in. Everything went together good. It's just, of course, these push pins in the top here, and then the 4 10-millimeter bolts underneath that you need to snap this out. And then, of course, again, there's 2 clips, one in the middle, one on the bottom that hold it in. It just slides right out. And that's it. So, again, super easy thing to do if you do want to take these out. It probably literally took 5 minutes or less, especially if you're not trying to make a video like I was. So you can do this in no time whatsoever. Just be careful not to break the bracket that opens and closes and slides to operate the mechanism in case you do want to put them back in later down the road for some reason. But that's it. So that was step 1 or step 2, I guess. The electric fan was step 1 that we did in the other video. And I'll leave all the links to this stuff down below if you want to watch those or on the playlist or whatnot. That was step 1. We got our active grill shutters out. That was step 2. Next video will be the 180-degree thermostat. That's coming in the next day or 2. So we'll put that in next. And then the big and final step will be the custom tune, which we wanted anyway, but this is a good excuse to get that now so we can operate our fan at the right temperature. But again, everything's working perfect. No issues with the fan whatsoever with this upgrade. You kind of get a little bit of, difference of opinions online. This is my opinion here. So, if you found it helpful, give it a thumbs up. If you got any questions, leave them down below. If you want to consider subscribing to stuff like this, please do so. It helps out tremendously. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.